Hello, everyone. Well, looks like there's nobody in the chat. This was a short notice live set of readings, and I really don't know how long it's going to last. If anybody comes in, I will I will do live readings. But of course, this is going to be recorded, so maybe you're watching this on the replay here on the Cosmic Readings and Messages channel. My name is Bill. Just a very, very quick background. I am actually a science person. I'm the kind of person that looks for facts, evidence, proof, using the scientific method, all that kind of stuff. However, I've had life experiences that are beyond that. And briefly, without going into all the details, I have crossed over more than once, several times, to the other side. I have been, as they say, clinically deceased more than once, not on purpose. Um, and I knew I was coming back each time. I have a story about each time. And each case was, ambulances were called, CPR was done, that kind of stuff. So it's not like it just happened, all by myself. No. And I actually do know everything that happened because I was observing it. So that's a whole story in itself, each of those episodes. I've been told by friends who know me and actually know the stories that I should write a book. But that's not something I'm not looking to do because, like I said, I'm actually a science person. However, since all of these events have happened, I've become more in tune with what can be considered paranormal, and picking up things, hearing things, seeing things, which using science, you would say, oh, it's just voices in your head or hallucinations or whatever. I don't do drugs, never did. I have no desire to stimulate weirdness in my brain. I have no desire to live an alternate reality for any period of time because my personal feeling is if you could see what I see and hear what I hear and experience what I've experienced, you wouldn't need anything to alter reality anyway. And some people find that kind of funny, and I do too. But no, I have no reason to want to escape my own reality because it might be what others seek to find using different substances. I also don't drink. I don't like it. So, I'm not drunk or anything like that. I don't do that. So, that said, I try to keep a open mind, a clear mind about these different things. And I do pick up on things that most people don't. I have been called by other people, and I don't call myself these things, but other people said I fall into the category of medium, clairvoyant, empath, that kind of stuff. Um, I call it just me being me. I mean, literally, just me being me. So that's all I have to say. Um, so I'm gonna wave here on the camera because just to let you know that I am live here. So nobody is in the chat room, or actually somebody has logged in. So hello, whoever has joined the channel. It is 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. It is getting dark here on this Saturday, September 7th, 2019. So I've just gone through, just a little bit of my background in a brief way, and we'll get into some reading stuff. Now, if you have a question, feel free to put it into the chat room. Just very briefly, I do not really do astrology. So I don't have any astrological charts here in front of me. I don't have, you know, vivid knowledge of all this kind of stuff. What I do use is tarot cards and angel oracle cards, and I don't have a whole bunch of them. I basically have two main decks that I use. I have a third one that I don't really use because it was it's a weird deck that somebody made and gave to me, and I get a weird feeling whenever I go through those cards. It's almost like I feel like I'm not getting any vibe from them, and like the messages are not coming through, and I wind up going directly to my intuition, and it's almost like I'm just listening to the little angelic voices or the universe sounds coming to me rather than the actual card. So that third deck, I don't even know where it is. I put it somewhere, and it's just sitting somewhere. I maybe I'll give it back to the person who gave it to me, but they may feel that I'm slighting them or something. I don't know. But the Angel Oracle cards, which are the Doreen Virtue ones, which I'll just put here out in front of the camera, I find these cards to be very, very useful, and I do pick up a lot of stuff on them. I have taken these cards, all of them actually, to a shrine and put them on the altar and did a prayer over them a couple of years ago. And it's a place that I find very tranquil, and I find very inspirational, and also what I find to be a place where I can sort of recharge when I'm feeling stressed out and cluttered and there's a lot of stuff in my brain. I go there and I just walk away. Once I leave there, it's a beautiful place. It's in Washington, New Jersey. It's called the Blue Army Shrine. So if you ever get into that area of the world, I highly recommend visiting there. It's open pretty much every day. Doesn't cost anything, and it's not like just going to a church. It's actually it's almost like a park. There's a small chapel, small shrine. That I mean, you can read about the place online. It's the Blue Army Shrine in Washington, New Jersey. Beautiful place, and miracles have been said to have happened there. You do hear voices at times. You do pick up on stuff there, and when I go there, it's just a beautiful place. I'm not very religious, and it is a Catholic shrine. I go there, like I said, to unwind and de-stress and walk along the paths and stuff outside. It's just a beautiful place. I have to get back over there because I'm dealing with my own personal issues with looking for full-time work and that kind of stuff. So and just dealing with trying to keep my life together at this point. So that place is really, really good. And then as for the tarot cards, I use this deck that has this type of back on it. It's the regular tarot. I find the pictures to be very, very pretty. It just looks really nice. And I'm just looking in the chat room. I see Jalessa and Puzzle of Life and Blossom. So hello. Maybe we'll get some more people in the chat. It's kind of funny because I was debating on whether I'd ever actually do live readings, and here I am doing it for like the third day in a row. So, but it's nighttime. So I particularly like this deck. Somebody on one of the other channels suggested it, and I went and looked at them online and ordered them because I just like the pictures. These cards also, I took to the shrine and said a little prayer over them, and which had to do with asking the spirits, angels, and the universe to always give clear, concise, and true messages. And these are the cards that I get the most out of. Now, also, I don't do readings the conventional way. I don't do spreads like you're supposed to do, the historical or proper way. I also mix it up sometimes. I do separate the major arcana and the minor arcana cards, and I use the major ones specifically for strong, important, or the key message that I'm looking for, and I use the minor ones as filler and for more details. I use the Angel Oracle cards for asking specific questions and for following up on tarot cards. And then I also, not only do I go with the actual message that's written or what the tarot cards are supposed to mean, but I also look at the pictures and the colors because they mean a lot to me. So, anyway, I'll get all that out of the way. So I don't do things the conventional way. I do the things the way the universe, the spirits, the angels want me to do it. So there we go. So I'm 13 minutes into this stream. It's 8:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the east coast of the United States. It's a beautiful evening here. It's nice and cool outside. The moon is out. I'm actually looking out the window and I can see the moon, the waxing gibbous moon, as it orbits the Earth. And so we've got in the chat room Blossom 11, Puzzle of Life, Jalessa, Annalisa, or Annalisa? I guess it's Annalisa in the chat room. Puzzle of Life, yes, I did get what you sent, and thank you for that. If anybody would like to make a donation to the channel, I would appreciate it, and I do appreciate it. The link is at the bottom. It's the PayPal link, the Bill WX link down there. My name is Bill, so anyway, if you feel the need to do that or you want to, go right on ahead. Right now I am having some financial difficulty, so like I said, I'm looking for full-time work. I'm doing some part-time stuff, but not in my chosen career. So anyway, that's there. All right, so let's get into the reading. And again, I'm a live person. I'm going to wave there in front of the camera, so there's my hand. Any of you do palm readings? I've heard that my palms are very interesting. I don't really do that kind of stuff. I don't really find a need to. I don't understand it. Also, I've been told I have unusually long fingers. And some people say that my hands do not give away my age at all. And neither does my voice. Okay. Anyway, so let's go to the chat room here. So let's see. Jalessa 007. I wonder if Jalessa is a secret agent. Was wondering exactly when is my boyfriend coming home, and will he still be living with me? I don't think the cards can actually tell us when he's coming home, and will he still be living with me? But what I can do is thank you, Puzzle of Life, saying I have nice fingers. Maybe I should go into like hand what is it, the people who use their hands for like posing for advertising and stuff, because you know I guess I do have nice hands. Thank you. It's kind of funny. All right, so yeah, I can't really ask the cards that, but we can see if there's still something between Jalessa's boyfriend and Jalessa, if that's going to continue. Yeah, hand modeling. There we go. Jalessa just put the message in there. And there's a whole bunch of other viewers, so welcome to the channel. But anyway, let me get to not Annalisa. By the way, I am not going to be typing in the chat room because I'm just looking over at another monitor. So if you write something, I'll glance over there and see it, but don't just start making the thing scroll, because then I can't see who's asked the question, and then I have to scroll back up. So Jalessa is asking, I was wondering exactly when is my boyfriend coming home, and will he still be living with me? So I think the main question is Jalessa and her boyfriend going to be an item when he returns? What is the message, spirits and angels? Please come forward for Jalessa and let us know. Let us know what the deal is between Jalessa and her boyfriend. Okay, now here's the card that popped, and right off the bat, the first card I don't pull. Actually, I let them pop out is my card. Those of you that have been watching my channel for the last couple of days while I'm doing these readings, you already know what my card is. This is my guardian angel. He comes to me in my dreams. He's the protector. I call him the head honcho, Archangel Michael. So this is very powerful energy as far as I'm concerned. When he pops up, he's important. And he says, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Now, your question has to do with your boyfriend. When is he coming home, and will he still be living with you? If this is part of your divine life purpose to be with your boyfriend, Jalessa, then Archangel Michael's with you. If you two are already on good terms and everything is going well, you've got the blessing of the Archangel Michael, and he's the protector. He's going to protect that relationship. Let me pull a major arcana card, because this has to do with life and with somebody else. To go along with the Archangel Michael card, Spirits, Angels, please come forward for Alessa there. And let's find out... wait, let me just make sure I'm getting... Jalessa, I'm sorry. Yeah, am I doing the right one? People are just typing really, really fast in the chat room. I will get to them, so you don't have to type over and over and over and over again. I'll get to that. So what is the message for Jalessa about her and her boyfriend remaining together, living together forever and ever? Maybe even going further than that. What message do you have about the future of them to go along with that Archangel Michael card? Okay, here's the card that just popped out. You got the Chariot, which could mean you're getting a new car. That's one way to look at the Chariot. You're actually going to get a car. It's also an action card. It can also talk about a change, taking a journey. So maybe that's what's going on. Are you planning a trip with your boyfriend? Like, is he going to come back and then you're going to take a trip? Or maybe this is giving you some insight. He's going to come back and want to take a trip with you. Excuse me. The Chariot card, I kind of like it. It's got that moon up there on the top, which is kind of mysterious. The moon card, this is not the moon card, but that moon in there. The moon can actually be like intuition, trusting your instincts because things may be kind of murky. So I think maybe that's trying to come through on that particular card. That's what I'm picking up on here. But overall, you've got Archangel Michael watching over your relationship. And if that's part of your divine life purpose and what you think is your divine life purpose with him, it's all going to work out. Because, you can't go any higher as far as I'm concerned. Because, like I said, he's the head honcho. And in my book, he's the most powerful protector. So he's going to protect everything that's good for you, Jalessa. So that's what I'm picking up. So I can't give you an exact date when he's going to come back, and I'm not picking up on anything. Let me just, I'm just going to pull a minor arcana card just to see if anything comes through for Jalessa and her boyfriend. Just to see if anything does happen. Okay. You got the Page of Cups. Now, what does that mean? The pages are usually messengers. I also think the knights are messengers of some kind. The Page of Cups is talking about, it could be pointing to volunteer work, but it could also point to new love, or a studious type person, a student type of kid, young person. So Is this maybe young love? Is this a new romance or something like that? Um, has it not been going on for a long time? That's what I need to know. Or you need to look at it yourself. Or it just means there's going to be a new beginning of some kind with that Page of Cups. You know what's coming to my mind? Reignited passion. It's almost like starting over. That's what I'm getting. That's actually what I'm picking up. I'm picking up reignited passion. Maybe you're going to wind up taking a trip. It's all going to be blessed by Archangel Michael. So, again, I can't give you an exact date, but I think he's going to come back, and it's going to be like, it's going to be good, but it's also going to be like a fresh new start. It's like a new beginning. Like you're going to be like, hug, kissy, kissy, lovey, lovey, and it's going to be like, wow, it's almost like reignited passion. That's what I'm picking up here. And, this page is like holding the cup. It's almost like, cheers, chink, chink. You're going to have a drink and be like, okay, this is cool. This is working out. So I'm reading in the chat room, you're planning a trip. So there you go. The card already popped that. So there you go. I think it's all going to be good. Maybe it's going to be reignited passion on that trip, all blessed by Archangel Michael. If you think and if he thinks it's part of your divine life purpose, don't laugh. I just heard wedding bells. Maybe there's going to be a proposal, if there hasn't been one already. Or, I don't know, if you're married already. Oh, you said boyfriend, so you didn't say husband. So, I just heard wedding bells in the back of my head. So I think this is going to go further. So there you go. There you go. Jalessa. All right. So let's see. What do we have? What else do we have in the chat room? Oh, hi, Laura. Laura and Mimi on the catwalk is there. So hello. Laura would like just a general reading. And who's this? Tatty or Tatty? Sorry, my eyes are not what they used to be. My eyes are... I have astigmatism. I am wearing glasses right now, but I'm looking at a screen that's like across the room, monitoring the channel, and I think it's Tatty Jenna. Anyway, Laura wants a general reading. So, spirits, angels, please come forward for Laura H. in the chat room. And what general message would you like her to know? And don't forget, there is that description down below with a link to PayPal if you would like to make a donation to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. I'm taking the time to do these things and sharing my knowledge. And also, these do get saved, so you can always go back and watch from the beginning. And also, in the channel, go back and watch your sign. I don't really do astrology. I don't really do that kind of stuff. I don't follow astrology. I just deal with the messages from the universe and the angels, and the angels, as I call them, the spirits, and just see what they come through in on the cards or what they tell me directly. So just keep that in mind. So and there goes the thing scrolling. Again, don't be typing a lot of stuff in the chat room, because then I have to scroll back up to see who I missed, and messages are being retracted and stuff like that. So let me just get to Laura H. And you don't need to tell me that I've missed people and stuff like that, because then you're making the page scroll, and then I miss even more because everybody types. So, I'll get to everyone who already typed, but then I have to go over to the other computer and scroll back up so I can see what I missed, because everybody's saying I missed. So, I guess you can understand that. And then I get sidetracked, and then I miss people. So, all right. So Laura H., general reading. All right, here's the card that just flew out, and I like this card. You got the Shanti card. And Shanti, and I've got Shantae Pearson, it looks like, in the chat room, so hello. Now, Shanti, Laura, is saying, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So if things have been kind of rocky or stressful or whatever, Shanti says, don't worry about it. Sit back. De-stress. It's going to be good. Let me see if there's a major arcana card that can give you some clarity. For Laura H. in the chat room. Major arcana only. What is the main message that Laura needs to know for this general reading for the current time period? Okay, this is interesting. You got the Death card, and I don't think you're going to die on us. The Death card means something is going to end, so something good or a new birth can happen. Whenever I see these dark cards like towers and deaths and swords and stuff like that, you always look in the background. Look at that card. There's light in the background. Sure, it's a grim picture. There's death there. Somebody's dead there on the rock and people are crying there. But look off in the distance. There's light. It's not all dark. The light at the end of the tunnel. So something had to end. And this is not like the tower. Some people say death card's kind of like the tower. Tower is an abrupt, violent, dramatic change. That's because something had to end because of a bad foundation, basically. This card just says death is going to give rise to rebirth. Now, Shanti says, the angel of peace, tranquility, smoother road ahead. So something has ended, Laura. So if something has ended, there's going to be a smoother road ahead. You're going to be at peace. If this has not happened yet, something is going to happen. Something's going to end. And maybe you already know about it. Like maybe you already have an idea that this ending is coming. And you shouldn't worry about it because there is going to be a smoother road ahead. So this is a general reading. So this could be for anything. So there you go. Let's see if there's anything that the minor cards have to tell us for Laura. Oops. Okay, this is the card that fell out and landed on my lap. Okay. This is an interesting card. You got the Four of Cups. Now this is this kind of fits. The Four of Cups talks about feeling unfulfilled, but it can also talk about surprise gifts. It can also represent apathy, that kind of stuff. The Four of Cups is, I mean, you look at the picture, and this is how I see it. It's this like person that's like all curled up in the corner. The cups are upright. It's like things are not as bad as they seem. And then you look in the background and you've got that cup being handed to you from the universe. It's almost like there's an ace. You know, the Ace of Cups is the gift from the universe. It's almost like you've got that ace in the background. You know, it's the Four of Cups. You're not paying any attention to those three, or if you are, you're saying, oh, they're empty. Meanwhile, there's that fourth cup that's being handed to you from the universe. It's like, here you go. You know, that's how I would see it. The Ace of Cups would be that hand. And there's the peace. Look at that. There's a dove in the picture. Dove in the cup. Let me just move that so you can see it better. And, you know, the dove of peace. And that fits your Shanti card, the angel of peace. Smoother road ahead. So whatever is going on, or hasn't happened yet, whatever's going to end, it's going to give rise to this rebirth. And this could be romance, it could be love, it could be family events or family issues, it could be something going on at work. something's going to end, and it's going to lead to a rebirth. There's going to be a smoother road ahead, so you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about empty cups, because the universe is going to be handing you something peaceful, and everything is just going to turn out fine. So you asked for a general reading, so I don't know what direction this is pointing in. It could be anything, but just keep that in mind. If something suddenly ends, abruptly ends, and you're maybe feeling a little distraught, like, oh, why did that happen? There's going to be a smoother road ahead. There is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Don't worry about the empty cups. There's going to be the gift coming, and the peace, and the smoother road ahead. I mean, it's all right there. So maybe this is a warning, or just giving you a heads up. I'm not even getting warning here. I'm actually getting heads up. I think for Laura, this is a heads up. Okay? All right. I'm going to go look back at the chat there. So we have Julia now in the chat room. And let's see. Yeah, Julia is now somebody new in the chat room. Again, don't start typing messages, that I'm missing people or whatever, because that just makes the page scroll. And then I have to go back and scroll back to see what I missed. So if you're busy typing in like, oh, you missed me or skipped over me or something, or you missed people, then you're just making the page scroll even more, and I got to go farther back. So let's see. We did Jalessa, and let's see, Annalisa, or Annalisa. I guess it's Annalisa Kamoon. Also wants a reading. So Annalisa. Okay. And yes, Puzzle of Life, I will get to you too. Annalisa. Pretty name. All right. Spirits, angels, universe, please come forward for Annalisa in the chat room. What is the message for Annalisa? All right. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this card flipped out, but it's upside down. So, not upside down, but it's flipped over, so I'm only seeing the back. So, I haven't even flipped it over yet, so you guys are going to see it when I see it. You have the Ray card. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So, this is one of those cards that I call a chill-out card. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being. That could even be taking a walk in the woods, in the park. Just sitting back and watching a movie at home. And at home, where things are quiet, not in a movie theater, where you can just sort of relax, pause it if you need to, get a drink, have something to eat, whatever, it could be any of those things. It does say yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, but I also pick up from this card that it is chilling out. It's just relaxing. And some people find yoga and exercise to do the same thing. De-stress. And it'll give you peace of mind and spiritual growth right now. And I'm also going to pull another angel card for you to see if there's any other message from the angels to go along with that may be more specific on why you need to do that. So spirits, angels, universe, please come through for Annalisa and give us some more insight, another message for her to go with the Ray card there. All right, these cards are acting weird, and if you watched me before, when the cards act weird, which means they're sort of getting hard to shuffle and go through, it usually means, and I call them locking up, that usually means to me that there's an important message that is trying to come forward. So a card will eventually come flying out, and maybe sometimes they fly across the room. That's really funny when that happens. And when that happens, it's usually an important message. So far, okay, the cards are acting very weird. So the spirits, angels, and universe do have a message for Annalisa to go along with that Ray card. Why does she need to exercise, yoga, de-stress, do something calming for her well-being? Because it is essential for peace of mind and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Here's what came out. You got the Azure card. And this card says, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. So if there's something you've been concerned about, and also look at these cards. The colors are very, very similar. This card's a little bit darker. And I know in the video, yeah, actually they do look pretty much the same. I do have light shining on it. They're complementing each other. And so if there's something going on that's been bothering you, or you've been wishing for something, or you're hoping for something to happen, this card's telling you your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith. So just relax, chill out, de-stress, exercise, yoga, take a walk in the park, do something comforting and calm. Have patience, faith. Don't try to force whatever you want to happen to happen. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. So if there's anything you've been wondering about, just relax. It's going to happen the way you hope it will. The angels are watching over you. These two cards are similar colors, which immediately tells me they're complementing each other. And you need to relax. And this card is talking about having patience too. You know, when you're de-stressed and you're relaxed and you're working on your own well-being, you tend to have more patience. You're not as anxious. And that's what this card is saying. Don't do that. Your desired outcome is going to come true. So how's that for a general reading? I don't think I need to pull any other cards because, I think that message is pretty clear. There was no specific question. It was very general. Okay. So, let's see. Julia's in the chat room. We have Shante. Mimi on the catwalk. So let's see. The next one on there was Mimi. Can you tell me if I'm going to start a relationship with my crush? I'm a Taurus and he is a Capricorn. Again, I don't really do astrology. If you watch the intro videos and information about me, or watch this video again, I don't really do astrology. So I'm just taking the messages as they come through from the universe and the spirits and angels. That said, I'm a Taurus, so sometimes we're said to be bullheaded, but we're very loyal and that kind of stuff. And some of those things do apply to me. It's kind of funny because my mom used to say she used to follow astrology, but I really don't do that. I deal mostly with the energy that I'm getting. But Mimi on the catwalk is a Taurus. He's a Capricorn, and she wants to know if she's going to start a relationship with her crush. So I wonder, what does the spirits and angels have to say to Mimi on the catwalk about this crush? Is it going to lead to anything? What message do you have for Mimi? Come forward, spirits, angels. What message do we have for Mimi about this crush situation? Is it going to go any further? Okay, two cards flipped out together. And you know what's kind of funny? They do complement each other, although one's sort of aqua color, one is green. So let's see how this works out. You got the Oceana card. And this says, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So this means maybe Mimi on the catwalk is going to be the one that has to make a move with this crush. Lovingly assert yourself. So, I mean, that means something. You're talking about possible romance and love, and it does say lovingly assert yourself. So that's one thing. And you got the Vanessa card. Vanessa says, to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, which way takes me away from it. I'm laughing because you're asking about a crush. Do you think this crush is going to bring you closer to your divine life purpose or take you away from it? That's going to be your decision. However, that's what Vanessa's saying. To make your decision, that's something you have to ask yourself. But at the same time, the angels are saying, lovingly assert yourself. So I think you know the answer to this, which brings you, if you think that this crush is going to bring you closer to your divine life purpose or take you away from it, then that's going to help you make your decision on whether you're going to lovingly assert yourself. I'm going to pull an angel card. I'm not an angel card, a major tarot card for Mimi on the catwalk. And ask this question: what is the future for Mimi and her crush? Where is this going to lead if she lovingly asserts herself and makes the right choice on whether it takes her to her divine life purpose or not? So what major arcana card, because this is a major life change, this would be a major thing if this crush goes further. What message do you have for Mimi on the catwalk? Okay, please come forward. Okay, these cards are locking up now, so that means there's an important message trying to come out. What card is going to go flying across the room? Okay. You've got, it would be nice if you got the Sun, right? Or the Lovers. But no, you got the Hierophant. And he's kind of a spiritual type person. The Hierophant talks about traditions, being conventional, conforming to things, the way they're supposed to be. So what I'm getting is the word tradition is actually sticking in my mind for some reason. An expectation. That's what's sticking in my mind, but the tradition is sticking in there. But why? I mean, he also talks about tradition. The Hierophant also talks about uniting. So that's one way to look at it. So maybe there is a union coming. You're going to unite with your crush. And I think it's going to be, the word tradition is coming in. I think it's going to be like, this is what's actually coming to mind. An old-fashioned love story. I think this is boy meets girl, fall in love, and everything is just going to be nice. Although, I think in this case, Mimi's going to have to be the one that lovingly asserts herself. But I think it's all going to work out. And also, if you look at this card, doesn't it look like a wedding of some kind, uniting two people? Yes, they're sitting down, and the two people are there, but it looks like somebody. It looks like a wedding, doesn't it? Uniting these two people. So I think the angels, the spirits of the universe, Mimi, are on your side with this, and I think it's going to work out. But I think you're going to have to do a little bit of the legwork. I think you're the one that's going to have to go to the crush and say, hey, let's talk, and maybe that's because your crush is a little bit shy or something. Maybe that's what's coming out of here. But that's what I'm picking up. So there you go. I think this is all going to work out like beautifully. And I just, for some reason, lost the channel. So let me pop back in. I'm not in the chat room right now, but I'm going to be right back in. So I lost everything. There it is. So now the chat room's got to pop back in. I have a monitor, and I'm not talking about the actual screen, but I have a monitor stream of what's actually going out on YouTube, which is delayed from what I'm doing live. So it's kind of funny because I look over there and it's like what I did a few seconds ago. But that brings me to the chat room so I can actually see. And oh, this is all right. Something is really wrong here. It's not okay. I'm in the chat room, I believe. I am there. Okay, so let's get back. So I already talked to Mimi, Tady or Taddy, Jenna. If you're still in the chat room, I hope you are. I want to know about career and finances. Where will I get with modeling? Is it something I'm destined to do? Good question. So, for Taddy or Tady in the chat room, spirits, angels. Tady's wondering about career, finances. Is this idea of modeling the direction Taddy needs to go? Please come forward. And okay, what card just flipped out? Okay, this is let me shuffle these cards again because they're kind of acting very weird now, and I think there's some weird energy right here. If it seems like I'm getting distracted, it's because there is something going on here. Spiritually, there's a message trying to come through. So let me just shuffle these cards again. This career, finances, modeling, is it something Tady is destined to do? Spirits, angels. Oh, you talk about a card flying across the room. I wish I had a camera that showed me going through these cards because it literally just flew across the room. Hang on, I gotta go get it. Okay. Here's the card that popped. Rochelle. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So you're asking about money. Money's going to come. However, you're asking about, are you going in the right direction with this modeling and stuff? So Rochelle is saying, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart. So you have to go with your heart. Is this what you think you should be doing in your heart? If it is, prosperity will come to you immediately. I mean, the card is saying prosperity is coming to you now, but if you're still worried, this card is saying if you're following the desire of your heart, it is the right direction that you should be going in. So that's my answer. I'm going to pull a major arcana card and ask the same question. Is this career in modeling the right direction for Tady in the chat room? To go along with that Rochelle card, what do the spirits, angels, and the universe have to say about this career path? And will it lead to good finances? What major arcana card will give us some insight as to this direction? Okay, now the cards are acting kind of loose, but some of them are locking up here. So let me just go through them again. Okay, here's the card that just flipped out. You got the Strength card. Strength is talking about, strength itself, inner strength, mind over matter type stuff. Courage. The Strength card can also talk about self-love, unconditional love, that kind of stuff. Also, along with courage, it's talking about self-respect. So if you have good self-respect and you have the courage in this career path that you're choosing, if you think you're following your heart, if that's what you really want to do, it's going to lead to money. It is going to be prosperous for you. Models can do very, very well. I've been told right here on this channel that I should model my hands, See, my beautiful hand, uh, but jokes aside, I think, and in the modeling career, you do have to have some self-love. You have to be able to love yourself, um, and not in a bad way, um, but you have to put yourself first and be out there and have that strength to do that. And so I think that's what that strength card is talking about. Um, that card can also talk about being authentic. It can also talk about justice, even though it's not the justice card itself. Justice for you. So I think and you got this card, that Rochelle card. I think you have to ask yourself: are you following your heart? And if you do think that, then you're going in the right direction, and prosperity will come to you. So positive message. But I think you're asking the question about finances and about the career. Some of that has to do with you. So ask yourself those questions, and if you truly believe you're going in the right direction with your heart, then it will work. So there you go. So for Taddy Genna in the chat room. Shante wants to know about general love. So, Shante, I hope you're still in the chat room. I am going a little bit long with some of these readings. It's 9:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so going for about almost an hour, about 55 minutes here. Love reading. So what do we have for Shante regarding love, passion, romance? Getting a little silly on here because we're talking about love, right? So, Shante, what message do the spirits and angels have for Shante in the chat room? Shante Pearson. All right. These cards are acting kind of flaky. Please come forward, spirits and angels, for Shante. What message do you have regarding love and romance? Okay. And, whoa. The card that flipped out for the second time tonight. My card. Head honcho card. Archangel Michael, once again. If you missed the beginning of the stream, what I said earlier, Archangel Michael is my guardian angel. He comes to me in my dreams, sometimes when I'm awake. He's sometimes the voice in my head. He's the ultimate protector. Very, very important. And so when he comes through, it's a very important message. And he says, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Now, your question has to do with love and romance. Look at the card. It's pink. Very pinkish. It's almost like it's a Valentine card, And Shantae's asking about romance. It's like your angel is going to come to you. In this case, it's going to be Archangel Michael. So somebody who's going to be very powerful in your life. And I'm not meaning strength, but I mean someone who's going to be, someone's going to come to you that's going to be your protector. That's what I'm getting. Your protector is coming. And there's going to be a lot of romance. For Shante, let's have another angel card. Is there another message to go with Archangel Michael regarding love and romance? Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. You got the Adriana card. It's the angel leading the kids there, and it's about the angels are leading you. She says, I am leading you toward your answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. So, your soulmate, twin flame they call them now for some reason, that's the latest craze, is going to come. You're being led by the angels. It's going to happen. It's coming. if you're already in a relationship or you're dating someone or there's something like that already going on, I think this is going to grow. Follow your intuition and your dreams and stuff, because the angels are leading you to where you want to be. And I think this other person is your significant other. So you're wondering about. Can you tell me about my soulmate? Oh wait, that's Julia. I'm sorry. Shante was asking about just general love. I'm reading ahead here on the chat room. So I think your knight in shining armor, or your significant other, and this could be man or woman, whoever you're looking for, is going to be coming. And if you're already in a relationship, it's going to grow. It's going to be good. The other person, I think, is going to be your protector. Person's always going to be there for you. And you're being led to that person or that point. So I hope that helps. All right. That's what I'm getting here. I think it's all going to be good. You're being led to that person. If you're already in that position, it's going to grow. That's what I'm getting with these cards. And that's the message I'm getting in my head. That's what I'm picking. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not getting wedding bells, but I'm getting a very strong love connection. That's what I'm getting. So that's what it is. So there you go. All right. Now Julia in the chat room wants to know about soulmate. When will we meet? Well, I don't think the cards can tell you when that's going to happen. They're not going to say next week, Thursday. But do we have some advice for Julia in the chat room regarding love and romance? Meeting the soulmate. Okay. Come on through. Okay, here's the here's the card that popped. Okay. Now it is pink. You got the Yvonne card. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. Has nothing to do with your question. You're looking for a soulmate. However, what I'm immediately picking up is your soulmate better love animals. Your soulmate better... If you're an animal person, Julia, and I don't know if you are, you have to type something in the chat room. If you're an animal type person and you like animals, your soulmate better like animals too. Because your animals are on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. And looks like lady holding the pussycat, and there's some other animals. Actually, it's all cats on here. But I'm also getting puppies. So maybe this is going to be... You know what? I'm going to pull another angel card. What I'm picking up here is maybe while you're getting a pet, like maybe you're going to adopt a pet or something, is where you're going to find your soulmate. Or maybe you're going to be at the pet shop or something, getting some food or treats or something for a pet, and someone's going to be there that's that's going to catch your eye. Interesting when you think about it. Spirits, angels, do you have another message for Julia regarding love and romance? Finding that soulmate. Any idea if that's going to happen anytime soon? Let's see here. Okay. Well, you've come to this channel. You've asked this question about finding your soulmate. And here's the card that popped. You got the Fiona card. And I always look at this card and I'm just like, this is the card that says, you asked. Here you go. Here's your answer. She might as well be holding like a batch of cookies or holding out a cake or something. It's like, here you go. Because she says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So you're asking about you're asking about romance and finding your soulmate, and you've asked here on this channel. The angels have heard you. And she's saying, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So the angels are on your side. They're going to lead you to your soulmate. And hopefully they like your cat. They better. Maybe that's the sign. If you find somebody and maybe you start dating and they're allergic to cats, that's the sign. Nope, that's not your soulmate. Go find someone else. That, I'm picking that up. It has something to do with pets. It's going to be someone else who really likes animals. It could also be, I'm getting pet shop, but it could also be the vet. Like, you're gonna take your pet to the vet, and Mr. Right's gonna be there with his pet, and I don't know who you're looking for, but your significant other, your soulmate's gonna be associated with animals. Maybe your soulmate's gonna be a zookeeper or somebody who works at a zoo or at the pet shop or at a vet. Wouldn't that whole animal thing is like really sticking with me. And that there was what I'm getting here is that card popped for a reason, and you're asking about romance, you're talking about love, you're talking about soulmate, and that card just happens to be pink. So there you go. Kind of funny when you think about it. All right, 9:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm going to pull one more angel card for Julia, just to see if there's anything else the angels and spirits want Julia to know. Okay, this card literally just flew across the room. Hang on, I gotta go get it. Okay, you got the Azure card. So here you go. You're asking about soulmate? Azure says your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. So I think the soulmate is coming soon. Don't try to force it to happen. Just go to the pet shop. Go to the vet. Go to the zoo. Something to do with animals. You asked for the heavens' help. They heard you. Now, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Hello, Jackie in the chat room. All right. For those of you that have joined after I've already started, this will be recorded and it will be on YouTube afterwards. So feel free to go back and watch it from the beginning. You'll find out a little bit more about my background. I'll just mention again, if anybody else is new, listening, watching, I don't really do astrology. So I just get the messages from the spirits, angels, the universe, and I have the very strong connection. So that's how I'm doing my readings, and I do it sort of unconventionally. So, because I do it the way that I just feel is right. So there you go, Julia. I do hope you find your soulmate, and give the pussycat a little stroke for me, and say good kitty. Okay, I don't have any pets right now, but my family had lots of pets. Actually, for a period of time, we had not only cats and dogs, but rabbits and chickens and horses and cows and goats and sheep and ducks and geese. Yes, they lived on a ranch. So animals, I like animals. But what I'm doing now, where I'm living now, I can't have pets. But yeah, pets are nice. Okay. So Jackie's also looking for a general love reading. So let's get into this for Jackie. And is Puzzle of Life still in the chat room? I'm not quite sure. Was there a what did Puzzle of Life want? Because I have to scroll back up, and it says there's message. All right, there we go. So Puzzle of Life, it says your message was retracted. So if you're still listening, if you're still watching, and you had a question, it's showing up on my screen as message retracted. So if you had a question, put it back in. But Julia wants to. I'm sorry, Jackie. We're up to Jackie. Wants to know about general love reading. Does my crush like me or think about me? So we have a crush. So we don't know what direction this is going in because he doesn't know. What do the spirits and angels have to say to Jackie? All right. Jackie, you like you like my sound, you like my vibe. Yeah, that's how I do it. I like to have some fun. I'm very stressed out because I'm looking for full-time work. I'm in a very bad place in my life right now, and I find the spirits, angels, in the universe to be very comforting, and also they bring a smile and laugh to me. And when I do readings for friends that know me very, very well, they find it very, very good. And so it sort of uplifts me to know that these messages do resonate and they do have some type of meaning, and they make me feel a little bit better too. And that said, if you want to make a donation, there is that link down in the description, the PayPal link. And so for Jackie, what message do we have regarding this crush situation? What does Jackie need to know about this crush who doesn't know? And is this going to be something that's going to grow? Or... Okay. Here's the card that just flipped for you, Jackie. You got the Xana card. Now, this card is just a generally good card. Let's see how it applies. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So, if you've had any issues in the past and you're asking for general love, if there was any like shaky stuff in the past, you're protected from all kinds of harm now. What I'm also picking up is the part of this that says the worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. That's one thing, but you are protected from all types of harm. What I'm picking up here is for your question is you have this crush, so they don't know. You want to know, does he like you or whatever. I think you should just go ahead and ask. You need to just go ahead. You're protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. So, it's a little bit stressful when you have a crush, because you're like wondering, like, do they feel the same way? I'm wondering, and you come on to YouTube and you come onto this live reading and you're asking me, and I'm getting like the spirits are saying, don't ask YouTube, don't ask the reader, go ask the person you have a crush on. And is there any more advice or a message for Jackie about this crush that she needs to know? All right, the cards are locking up, which again for me simply means there's an important message trying to come forward. So let's see. Okay, these cards are acting really flaky. So something important is trying to come forward for Jackie in the room. Okay. Okay, you know what? This card popped and it makes total sense. You got the Oceana card. And it says, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. The earlier reading got the same card. And it was also about, you need to take the first step. So, and that's the message that I got from Xana. You got the same thing. You're the one who's going to have to go to your crush and It says right there, lovingly assert yourself. You need to go to your crush and say, hey, you want to go out? You want to have lunch? You want to have a drink? You want to go take a walk in the park? You want to go ride on a roller coaster and hopefully not push me off? You know, do you want to go play in traffic? No, I'm just kidding about that. No, you're going to have to take the first step. And that's what that card is saying. Lovingly assert yourself. And with that Oceana card there, with that turtle and the water, if you're near an ocean or a lake or a stream, maybe this will be a good place to take a walk or a date or something like that and just see where it goes. In the northern hemisphere, we're going into fall, but the water's still warm at the ocean. Southern hemisphere, of course, is going into spring, so depending on where you are, it's a good time of year to maybe do that. So, yeah, you're the one who needs to take a step forward. You're protected from all kinds of harm. That's coming across as you have nothing to worry about. I think it's going to work out. I'm going to pull a major arcana card for Jackie. And if she follows the advice of Xana and Oceana, what will be the outcome with this crush? If she lovingly asserts herself and moves forward, what is the message for Jackie? Okay, here's the card that came through from the Major Arcana. So it's an important message. You got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. I think that says it all. You're ending one cycle. The wheel turns. You begin something new. In this case would be romance, right? So the Wheel of Fortune... The Wheel of Fortune means good fortune, turning point. Now, it can also point to luck and gambling and that kind of stuff. You know, the wheel's on your side. But I think in your case, this is talking about the wheel turns in your favor. This crush thing, I think, is going to turn out fine. You know, it's the end of one thing, the beginning. The wheel turns so that you can go on to the next thing. So that's what I'm picking up, and that's what this would be. You're asking about a crush, which is you want to start something new. So lovingly assert yourself, and there you go. You will start something new. You know, that card is about movement. It also talks about adjustments. So you will have to adjust yourself, and he will have to adjust himself or herself, you know, whoever this crush is. That's what you need to look forward to with the Wheel of Fortune. Or it's just good luck. You do these things, you're going to have good luck. It's going to be in your favor. So there you go, Jackie. All right. And Puzzle of Life. Okay, I see your message. Thank you, Mimi. I'm reading what's on there. Let's see. Who else is in the chat room? We have Khadija, I think. Oliver. And Grizzly Animal. Now there's a good name. I'm just Cosmic Readings and Messages, or you can just call me Bill. Okay, so Khadija, I hope I said that correctly, is also looking for a love reading. Okay, so, and you're welcome, Jackie. I just saw your message. Khadija wants a general reading on love. So let's see. Khadija in the chat room. Oliver. Okay, here's the card that popped. Well, you talk about the ultimate answer to a love question, love reading. You got Daniel. I am the angel of marriage. Ta-da! And I am assisting you right now. So, Khadija, is there romance in your life? Are you wondering about what's going on? Because you got the angel of marriage. How do you like that? Well, I think that sort of answers the question. Do I need to pull any other cards? You're asking about love. You got the angel of marriage. Boom. Sometimes the cards just come out like that. Is there... We'll pull another angel card just to see for clarification on that. Is there wedding bells in the picture? I mean, were you already proposed to or whatever? Because, I mean, that's the first thing that just flew out. But Khadija, spirits, angels, what other message do you have for Khadija? All right, let's see what the spirits and angels have. What else they have to say to go along with the Daniel card. Okay. Well, I think, you know what? I think after that card, everything else is just extra information because boom. But you got the Indriel card, which says, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So I think, I think that's just a very nice message from the angels. You know, we wanted more information, but I mean, you've already got Daniel, which is the angel of marriage. So, I mean, the question's already answered, and I am assisting you right now. So, everything else is just nice stuff. We're just going to tell you. It's like the angels say, "Okay, we answered the question. You're still asking the silly question, so." And now we're just going to say that you're a light worker and you're going to we want you to shine your divine light on the earth and all of its inhabitants because you're just such a great person. So that's what they're saying. That's what I'm picking up here. It's like, you already got your answer. Deal with it. So there you go. Okay, let's see. Who else is in the chat room? So we have Grizzly Animal. We have Sharmila in the chat room. So we'll get to you guys. So it looks like for Khadija, you've got wedding bells in your future. It could also mean you're going to go to a wedding, but the question was for you. You were looking for a love reading, and they're just telling you, angel of marriage, boom, done. It's going to happen. Okay, so let me just scroll up, and just as a quick reminder, if you're typing a lot of things and stuff in the chat room, it just makes the page scroll by, and then I have to go back and see if I missed anything. Okay, so Grizzly Animal just wants a reading. So we'll just say in general. So, kind of funny, spirits and angels, whoever Grizzly Animal is, could you please come forward and give us a message for Grizzly Animal? Whoever Grizzly Animal is. Okay. All right, the cards are actually, they're locking up, they're acting weird, which means there's an important message for Grizzly Animal coming through. I wonder if I have if there's a card in here that would fit like a grizzly animal. But anyway, let's see what the angels and spirits have to say. They know who you are, so that's how I see it. We're all in this together. We're all part of this universe. Our energy is combined with the energy all around us, and we're all connected. So the angels and spirits, the universe already knows who Grizzly Animal is. That's just a name, and they already know what message to give. And Okay, 2 cards have popped. They flew out, not together. They're from different parts of the deck, but they flew out and landed together. And they sort of complement each other. One's blue, one's green, so it's, similar in color. The backgrounds are very similar. You've got the Maya card, which is schooling, study, and education. Help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Now, this could literally mean you're a student, you're going back to school, and schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. It could also mean if you're working, grizzly animal, that maybe you have to take a course or learn something new or get a certification for work or take some type of test or something like that. So it's not necessarily just going back to school. It could be either way. You know better what this means for you. But you also have the Astara card, which I also call the Wish Upon a Star card, because look at the picture. And this is, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So I think whatever this is, the schooling, study, learning something new, is going to help you reach for the stars because you deserve the best, and you shouldn't compromise. And if you look at these cards, just looking at them, they're very, very similar. This one, you've got, she's reaching for the stars, literally. This picture, you've got this starry background, this cosmic type of background with a galaxy up there in the corner. It's very astronomical. So both of these pictures are similar in that respect. So I think that is the message for you, grizzly animal. And I'm looking in the chat room, and it says, yes, I'm working on something new. So, it's all going to benefit you. Reach for the stars. You deserve the best. I mean, you talk about a nice message. And that's going to lead you to, actually, the sky's the limit. That's the word that's coming to me for you, grizzly animal. The sky's the limit. You've got the whole universe out there for you. Do you want to be an astronaut? Something like that. So there you go. All right. Thanks for that question, and thank you, Spirits and Angels, the universe, for the answer. Okay, let's see here. Hello, Tiffany Go Blue. Tiffany, just got to ask, is Go Blue referring to Michigan by chance? Just curious. I did my graduate work at University of Michigan. I used to be a Wolverine many years ago. Let's see, do I have something here I can show you nearby? Here we go. I'll just put this up here in front of the camera. I used to play a lot of ice hockey. So there's Go Blue there. See that? Never know. Small world. Hello, CJ1111. Anyway, so I see Tiffany saying yes. Okay. So yeah, I used to live just outside of Ann Arbor, and if you know that area, a little outside town called Pittsfield off of Route 12, and I kind of miss when my family lived there. Very, very nice area. Anyway, small world, right? I see Pink Drop in the chat room too. So let's see, who's next? Let me scroll back up because other people have come into the chat room, and if everybody keeps chatting, then it scrolls by and I miss. So let's see, Sharmila Roy is in there, wanting to know how Amog is feeling about me. So this is another one about, I think, strong feelings, romance, that kind of things. So Sharmila, Spirits and Angels, Sharmila wants to know about our Mog, how he's feeling. That's what I'm getting here, how this other person is feeling. So what message do you have for Sharmila? Spirits and Angels, please come forward. please come forward with the message for Sharmila. What message do you have for her regarding her question about Armagh? Come on through, spirits and angels. What do you have to say with the angel cards? Okay, what's going on here? All right, this is interesting. This card flew out. Maybe this makes more sense to you. I don't like to be negative, but this card is the one that came out. You got the Bridget card. And she says, caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. So, it's a caution card. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just getting this caution. I'm not sensing, I'm not getting anything bad. But if you're questioning something about Armagh, you're asking how he's feeling about you. This message is for you, that you need to be cautious. So, I'm not picking it up as like a warning bell. It is simply a cautionary message. Let me pull one more angel card to see if there's anything else the angels have to say to you, Sharmila, about Armagh. Is there more insight or advice that the angels have for Sharmila in the chat room regarding Armagh and the feelings? Okay, these cards are acting locked up and weird again, so that means there's an important message that is trying to come out. Let's see. Okay. This is interesting. Two cards popped together. And they do complement this caution card. This sometimes happens. I mean, you ask the question, and the angels are gonna the universe is gonna come through with the absolute truth. You got the Desiree card. She's got that look on her face. She's looking out over the water there, or off into the distance, and she's got that concerned look. And the answer is no, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. So I think that complements the caution card here. Conditions aren't favorable right now. And I think that's important because something's up, Sharmila. Something's going on. You know better than all of us in the chat room and on here. You know what's going on. So you're getting a caution. You're getting conditions are not favorable right now. That doesn't mean forever. But you need to take that advice into consideration. Now you also have the Mystique card, which is a very nice card. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So, that's a very positive card. You need to be cautious. Conditions are not favorable right now. You need to talk to your angels and spirits of the universe for guidance and help. Miraculous solutions will appear. I hope that everything turns out fine because, this is keep charging ahead, miraculous solutions will appear. So this is telling you things are going to work out for you in some way, shape, or form. But with this particular situation, you need to be cautious. And conditions are not favorable right now. And that's what I'm getting is really important, the right now part. Doesn't mean forever, doesn't mean in a month that they're still going to be wrong. Could be, maybe not. That's why you need to be cautious. But you need to charge ahead and, take the Mystique card also into consideration. Now it says, don't take no for an answer. So that there may come to a point where you have to make a decision. He has to make a decision. Armagh has to make a decision. You need to find the truth in this situation too. But you do. It also does say to expect miraculous solutions to appear. Now that could be everything just works out fine, and you will be happy, or someone else comes into the picture. That'll be your miraculous solution. You'll just say, okay, this was just not the right situation, but look, here's something else. So I don't know what direction that's going to go in, but I think you need to think about those things and just be cautious and not, I just saw your message. You're saying, yeah, we live in the present. So, maybe you need to be cautious and think more about where is this going to go, and is this just like for a current type thing? Is this just whatever's going on? Is this just for now, and neither of you is actually ready for the future? Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a major arcana card, Spirits and Angels, for Sharmila. Looking into the near future, what message do you have for Sharmila about herself and Sharmila and Armagh? Going along with these 3 angel cards that have come forward, what other message do we have for Sharmila to give us some more advice or more clarity on this situation? Okay. Well, this is interesting. Miraculous solutions will appear. Your advice, your other information is, you got the Lovers, which talks about unity, being together, and you could also say it's just, it's the Lovers. So I think for the outcome, it's going to be good. Or you're going to find somebody else, and that's going to lead to you being one of the Lovers. Maybe you will both find what you're actually looking for. Again, what's really sticking out is, in here, it does say conditions are not favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels for help to guide and comfort you. So maybe you need to have some time apart, or something needs to be worked on. So there you go. That's what's coming through. All right. But in the end, miraculous solutions appear, and you did get the Lovers card. So I think, this is pointing towards something going on right now. Maybe there's some friction or rocky road or something going on right now. And I'm looking in the chat room, you're saying it makes sense. So you know better what your current situation is. So there you go. Hello, once again, Tiffany. And I see you're in Grand Rapids. Cool. And Rebecca's in the chat room. Let me scroll up and see if I missed anything here. Let's see. So Rebecca in the chat room is the next one down. As I scroll back up, see who's in order here. Did Scott like me? So that's you're asking in the past, not the present. And hello, Linda, in the chat room. Once again, let me just reiterate. I don't really delve into astrology. I only use the signs, and like on the channel, the signs are only there for categorization purposes. So you can tell me about signs of yourself and people that you're asking about, but I'm just asking the spirits and angels in the universe for messages regarding your question or whatever. I'm not really going into astrology. That's not what I do. I would recommend, if you're new to the channel, going back and watching the intro video or just watching any of the sign videos, because I only use the signs for categorization purposes. I don't really delve into astrology at all. That said, I'm a Taurus, and I've been told that I fit all of the so-called astrological parameters of being a Taurus, but I'm more of a science person, looking for facts and evidence and proof and that kind of stuff. My background is in science. However, I have had life experiences. I have crossed over to the other side several times. I won't get into all the details, but I have been officially clinically deceased several times. They happened, and ever since those times, and I knew I was coming back, I've been very much in tune with the other side and the universe, the spirits and angels as they call them. And so that's why I do this stuff, because it's part of me, it's part of the universe, it's part of the energy of the universe that's all around us, and I can't deny my own experiences and what has happened since. So that said, I, again, don't really get into the astrology stuff. I get into the stuff that resonates with me and how my own experiences, and I use the cards to convey those messages and refine them, and what comes through to me to say as the delivery method. So just keep that in mind. Also, in the chat room, if you keep typing messages like I'm next and you missed me or whatever, you're just going to make the page scroll, and then I'm not going to see who I did miss, and I have to scroll back, and then that's going to confuse me, and then it wastes a lot of time on the channel. And I've been doing this now for an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm not going to be on much longer. So please just be courteous in the chat room, and if I have to scroll back up and then more things come, messages get retracted, I'm going to miss out on things. So CJ1111, if you had something, it's now showing up as message retracted in the chat room. I just did Sharmila, and a Grizzly Animal I already did. So Rebecca is asking about, did Scott like me? So let's see what the angels and spirits have to say to Rebecca regarding Scott. What's the message for Rebecca? All right, spirits, angels, please come forward for Rebecca. She's asking about Scott. What is the message she needs to know about that situation? Well, here's the card that popped. I don't think it answers your question. Now, your question was in the past. You're asking if Scott, something in the past. The message you got was Teresa, which is timeout. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Now, maybe that is the message about Scott, about you and Scott. So it's kind of like you're worrying about everyone else, you're worrying about Scott, you need to worry about yourself. That's what I'm picking up here. Is there any other message for Rebecca regarding Scott? What else does Rebecca need to know? Okay. Here's the card that popped. Now, this is obviously an important card because you got an Archangel. Archangel Uriel. And he says, your emotions are healing, which enables you to explore, enables you to open to a greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So, if that resonates with you, if there was some rockiness or something, you need to let it go. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to a greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Take care of yourself. Time out. Don't worry about everyone else. Worry about yourself. So if, I don't know what's going on there, but that's the message that's coming through. Now, again, I'm scrolling up and down through the page because people are posting a lot of stuff, and the cards are acting kind of funny. So I'm asking for you, and your question was, did Scott like me? So did is in the past. And so, I mean, you're asking, did Scott like me? You're worrying about that. Time out. Worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. Not worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. And if anything was going on, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to a greater love. If there's still something between you and Scott, if there was any anger or unforgiveness or any type of stress or tension, you need to let that go. It's the past. It's over with. Now, I'm not saying the relationship's over with. I'm saying whatever happened, happened. If you think, take care of yourself and don't worry about the past. Don't worry about Scott. Don't worry about how he felt. Did he, worry about now. So, that's what I'm getting. Is there another message from the major arcana? No, you know what? I'm gonna pull a minor card because I need some fill-in information for Rebecca. Okay. Here's the card that popped. You got one of the knights, which I consider to be messengers. I know the pages are supposed to be messengers, but I also find that the knights are also messengers. Sometimes they come charging in, but this knight sort of just strolls in. It's the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups, and maybe that's Scott, the Knight of Cups is a Prince Charming type person. He represents romance, possible proposals. Now, if you're talking about business or work, this could be a proposal at work, but this could be a proposal for marriage or moving forward with a relationship or something like that, or just starting a relationship. So maybe, the Knight of Cups. It's an interesting card to go along with what you already have. He can also represent a wedding coming. He can also be very charming. If this Scott person is a very charming person, like you're Prince Charming, and there's been something rocky, it's the Knight of Cups, and you look at the picture. In this case, I'm going to take the picture. He's carrying the cup. It's almost like he's bringing a gift. There's something in the cup. You can't see it, but I'm betting there's something in there. Maybe something good to drink or a little gift. I think if you take care of yourself, not stress out, release anger, unforgiveness, anything in the past that, just forget about it. Maybe your Prince Charming will just, this is the night that's not charging. He's just sort of strolling in. Maybe this Prince Charming will just stroll in and say, look, I've got something for you. Here's a cup. Here's something's in it. So there you go. That's what I'm picking up here. I think everything is going to be okay. Just release any tension, unforgiveness, anything that may be causing you stress. This card, because it's going to help you open to a greater love. And that's an archangel, very, very important. Archangels are the head honchos, as I like to call them. So there you go. So I hope that helps, Rebecca. All right. CJ1111, yes. Some people have said the same thing you said. Yes, I had multiple awakenings. I now know that those times where I crossed over were for a reason, and I knew I was coming back each time. It wasn't my time, and I was sent back, and I knew I was being sent back. So yes, that's a whole other time on YouTube, or I could write a book. Watch the show. Watch the show. Watch the video from the beginning. Once this gets saved in YouTube, or scroll back or whatever, and you'll see a little bit more about my past. Anyway, let me scroll back. So we got to take. Oops, I just lost the channel again. I think. Nope, it's still there. I'm still in there because I'm using a different computer for the monitor. So anyway, let me just go back and see who else was in the chat room, had a question. Pink Drop. I hope Pink Drop is still in the room because I had to scroll way back to get back there. Pink Drop is looking for a general reading. So spirits, angels, please come forward. What message do you have for Pink Drop? I hope Pink Drop is still in the room because it's scrolling back a while. I tend to have missed it because people are talking in the chat room, and I don't have a moderator or anything like that. I actually have to go back and do it myself, which does waste time. But for Pink Drop, okay, here's the card that popped. The angelic message is Seraphina. I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So, wedding, somebody getting married. Also, somebody's going to have a baby or adoption. Why am I getting adoption? That is somebody. Pink Drop, is somebody in the family adopting someone or considering it? Because this is the. Yeah, that just came through. I don't know why that came through. Happy change or addition is coming to your family. It could also be a pet. So if that makes sense, somebody's getting a new dog, new cat, or something. They become part of the family. I'm picking up on that. Could be multiple things. So that's what I'm picking up here. But change in the family. You're asking for something general. So, and this could be this may not be you, it could be somebody else in the family. Something simple as that. Is there another message in general for Pink Drop to know that may be a little bit more specific? Okay. Here is Archangel Raphael that has popped for you. It says, I am helping you heal physical challenges and yourself and others. You are a healer like me. So, I'm also picking up I'm picking up medicine. I'm picking up hospital. Getting well. I don't know, were you sick? Or did you have a surgery or stitches or something like that? But you are a healer like me. And whatever you do, maybe in the family, that could also be you're a healer. Like you're good at helping people feel better. And I can understand that because I do that kind of stuff too. So I like to help people. So I'm getting that too. So I'm looking in the, okay, you teach children and you're a student studying teaching. Okay, so this is then unrelated, but I'm getting, did you just like get well from something, or someone in the family was ill or had surgery or something like that, and you helped them get better because you're a healer too? But if you're learning to be a teacher, you're obviously going to help kids. that kind of thing. Is there a clarification message for Pink Drop in the chat room to go along with these cards? What else? Come forward, spirits and angels, universe. What energy, what message do you have to convey to Pink Drop in the chat room? Another angel card. And this one just flipped over. Well, this one's quite appropriate. You got the Maya card too. That popped earlier for somebody else. Schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. I mean, well, you already said you're a student studying teaching, and that's what this card is all about. So this is just confirmation of what you said. And the angels and spirits, the universe is there to guide you and help you with that process. So there you go. You say you're far from home. So maybe that's why you got this Archangel Uriel card. Raphael, I'm sorry. You're far away from home, and you sort of have to heal from that, because you're far away from home. That causes stress and anxiety, and that can, that can give you a stomach ache. That can make you nervous, especially if you're like a new student and you're abroad, or you're really far away, something new. It can be physically traumatic to some. So maybe that's what this is about. But you're a healer, like Archangel Raphael, and so you're going to be fine. So that's what that's saying. And as for you have this question: will you pass your practical? And I do need to move on to somebody else, but I think Maya already answered the question. Schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth. At this time, the angels will guide you and help you with this process. So I think everything is going to be fine. It's all going to work out. Are you going to pass? I believe so. Because you got the angels watching over you. You got the universe there on your side. So there you go. Pink Drop. I think everything's going to be good. And you're going to be just fine. And yeah, I think this card here about the family thing, I think that just something's happening in your family. Maybe it's simply someone's going to get married. You're going to find out about it. Maybe while you're in school, you're going to find out, I get this adoption thing. Somebody in the family adopted somebody, and it could be a pet. I'm also getting that whole pet thing. It's something as simple as that. But there's going to be a change, a happy change or addition to the family while you're at school, and you're going to find out about it. That's the only thing that I can pick up from that. That's what I think is going on there. Okay, so Pink Drop. Let me just scroll up. Oh, there goes the chat room again. Am I still there? Okay, because I have to reach over to this other computer. Hello, Huda Adams, or Huda? Okay. CJ1111, let me get to you. Is my friend going to reach out to me tonight due to me leaving out of town? Is my friend going to reach out to me tonight due to me leaving town? So CJ, I'm going to ask the angels, is your friend going to reach out to you before you leave? Or what message do they, because that's like a yes or no type question. The angel cards can't really help out with that. But what's the deal with CJ1111 and their friend? Are they going to reach out? Because CJ's leaving. Going out of town. What message do you have for CJ1111? At 10:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here on the East Coast of the United States. Okay. Well, You got the Astara card. I guess this is a yes card. uh, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So, whoever your friend is, if that's all I'm getting here. Um, it's not really an answer to your question. Hello, unapologetic Mel and Robo in the chat room. Yeah, I'm not getting anything that important, CJ. It's not that your question's not important, but you're asking how do they feel about you leaving. So that's actually a question they should be asking. Here's how I see it. It's I consider it bad karma to be reading for someone else. Like you want to find out about someone else, because sometimes the universe, the spirits and angels, throw it back at you. And I think that's what happened here. They're telling you, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. They're avoiding your question, answering that I posed. And throwing it back at you. So, let's see. Okay, so I just saw what you just typed in the chat room. If they were going to reach out due to you leaving. So you want to know how they feel about you leaving. Again, you're asking a question about someone else. And I don't think these cards can actually answer that question. Now, if you ask me, I'm not picking up anything important. So, angels and spirits, what other message do you have for CJ1111 regarding CJ leaving someone behind? Okay. So here's the answer. You got the Vanessa card. To make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, which way takes me away from it. Now, if we throw this on the other person, you're asking how do they feel? That's them. Are they going to get in touch with you? Because they have to make the decision. They need to ask themselves which way brings them closer to their divine purpose, which way takes them away from it. And look at these cards. They're very similar in color, so they complement each other. So I don't think... What I'm getting here is the angels are not going to answer your question the way you want. And that happens sometimes. When I do readings, it's almost like the universe just says, and I don't mean this to sound like I'm going against you, but it's almost like the universe is just saying, that's not a good question to ask. And maybe it's just the way it's coming across, the way you're typing it, CJ. It's... All right. So, okay, so you understand what's going on here. The universe is basically telling you it's not a good question to ask. And so you're not going to get a straight answer from any of these cards. And I'm confused too, because nothing is coming to me. I'm not getting anything saying like, say this, or here's this part of the card that you need to focus on. They're not even giving me a clue, which is unusual and it's kind of frustrating for me. I know it may be frustrating for you and you're trying to clarify your question, but sometimes the universe does that. The angels just say, the spirits come forward, and it's just like, okay, we're not really going to answer this question. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why they're not answering the question. Okay, and I just saw what you typed there. Right now, the universe has me going through a transformation and is literally taking away all the people that no longer serve my higher purpose. Okay, so that's, you know what? That's why you got the Astara card, because you already know this. You deserve the best, reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So there, it makes total sense now, after you told me that. They're telling you that you have to make some decisions and you deserve the best. So it's not like they're throwing boomerangs at you or throwing rocks at you and saying, we're not going to answer your question. They are telling you you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So now it makes total sense. Yes. And you said they basically want you to make the decision I guess they really want me to make. Yeah, because that's what this card says. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, because these cards actually have a little booklet. I'm going to read the rest of the Vanessa message, just to see if that helps. The Vanessa message also says, should I go this way or that way, you wonder? I need to turn on another light because my eyes are not what they used to be, and I'm in the dark over here a little bit. One day you're sure of your decision, the next day you question it again. This indecision will be healed by focusing on your divine life purpose, even if you aren't sure of your purpose's exact nature. You do know that it involves bringing peace to yourself and others. Based on this foundation, then, which decision brings you the most peace? If you're still unsure, then ask God and the angels, and I say the universe, to help you further. You can ask us, which decision helps the most people? This is a wonderful basis upon which to make your choice. Sometimes the easiest choice is the one that takes you further away from your... all right. Sometimes the easiest choice is the one that takes you further away from your divine purpose. So your indecision may come from a fear of making waves or uncertainty about your future. In such cases, gradual change is warranted. Slowly introduce your new direction into your daily life, and ease out of your old direction slowly. And that way you won't frighten yourself, and you will be open to hearing God's guidance, the universe's guidance, and you will feel our love. So there you go, CJ. That fits what you just said. Now it makes more sense to me. Even though they're still not giving me a concrete answer to your question, that was the whole purpose. So you get it, even though I didn't get it at first, because they were being totally unclear to me, but you understood the message, and that's what the point was. So I'm glad the angels came through and just clarified something that you were already suspecting, but you deserve the best. So you need to focus on your decisions and what you're doing. So you're right. I like how you said it was kind of complicated. Yes, I picked up on that because the angels and the spirits of the universe were not going to tell me. They were not giving me any clue whatsoever to give you a direct answer. So it's kind of funny. They do make me laugh that way because they're telling the absolute truth, and even if it doesn't make sense to me, it makes sense to the other person. And also, they're not just going to give an answer because you asked for it on YouTube to somebody who's giving away free readings to people. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you, and that's the message that came through. So there you go. All right. Let's see if we can get back on track with some other people here. Um, let's see here. Now I have to scroll back up the page, so because everybody was typing stuff. So let's see. Sharmila, let's see. I already did a reading for you, and there's other people that have things. So I can get to your career reading if I have the time, but I'm not going to be on much longer. But let's see. I didn't get to Linda, and I didn't get to who was the other person? Oh, Huda. So Linda has a question about Jared. Does he want to message in the morning? Does he want me to message in the morning? You know, they're not going to answer a question like, yes, you should message in the morning. But the question is about Linda and Jared. What does Linda need to know about her and Jared? So spirits and angels, please come forward through the angel cards. What message do you have for Linda about her and Jared's situation? Okay, here's the card that popped immediately. And okay, so what's going on here? You got the Bridget card. And that's the caution card. Another person with the caution card. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Linda, what's going on? What's going on? Spirits, angels, can we have a clarification on the Bridget card for Linda about her and Jared? What's going on? Come forward, please. Why does she need to... Okay. This card just flipped over right in front of me. Okay. Here's the deal. You got the patience card, which I always take, even though that patience is the name of the angel, I also take the word patience literally in this card. So you need to have patience, Linda, about you and Jared. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Now you're asking about Jared. This card is making it sound like you're going back to school or something. But now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student. You need to study this relationship or whatever, friendship or whatever it is. Doesn't necessarily mean being a school student. This just means you need to have patience and you need to gather information about this situation. Because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So whatever's going on, you need to be cautious for now and gather information. So hopefully that means something for you. Okay? That's what I'm picking up. And this could be something that's like not earth-shattering. So yeah, there's really nothing. You're asking, does he want me to message in the morning? Does Jared think of me? You just need to be cautious. So you're asking this question, and I think the answer is you need to be cautious. There's a little bit of shakiness going on. Why you asked that question may be the reason. Gather, study the information. And again, this could be something simple. It could be something not earth-shattering. What is the situation, spirits and angels, between Linda and Jared? What's going on here? Can you clarify the situation? Why the caution? Why is there this call for gathering information? What's going on there with Linda and Jared? All right, so I have not seen this card like forever. You got the Ariel card. This is a very spiritual psychic card. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. What this card is telling me is you have this question about Jared, and do you need to message them? This is telling me you already know what to do. You need to look into yourself. I think the spirits, angels, the universe have already given you clues, and you need to pay more attention to them. And through study, prayer, meditation, and of course study is also in this card, and it's going to change the way you view the world and yourself. And that's going to help more with the situation with Jared. So, and again, this caution card is a caution card. It's not a put on the brakes. This is not a terrible card. This is just caution for now. So, I think you need to pay attention to your intuition. I think that's what this is about. I'm going to go ahead and pull a major arcana card and ask the spirits and angels, what is the outcome? What's the outcome with Linda and Jared? What's the deal? Spirits and angels, please come forward to go along with these three angel cards. What message do we have for Linda about the outcome, the end game of Linda and Jared? What does she need to know? What's the advice or message for Linda and Jared? What does she need to know? All right, the cards are acting flaky, locked up again, which simply means a strong message is coming through. But what is that message? No card has actually flown out until now. Okay. Let me put these down. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now this popped earlier for somebody else. The Wheel of Fortune is about luck turning in your favor, a change of some kind. The wheel turns and gets you onto something new. So I think the luck is on your side. So yeah, what I'm getting here is the wheel is turning for you. What you want to happen is going to happen. Caution, patience, pay attention to your intuition, listen to those inner voices, and the wheel will turn in your direction. That's what I'm getting here. So there's more to this than the simple, should you message Jared in the morning? How does he feel? How does Jared feel? There's more to it than that. So there's a turning point coming. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be in your favor too. Because this card is kind of like the good luck card. So I think this is all going to turn out fine. But for now, for now, you need to be cautious. But again, this is not like an earth-shattering thing that's going on. I said that earlier. I said I don't think this is like any really big deal. So that was the feeling I was getting. You just need to be cautious for now. So that's what comes through. So I hope that helped out for Linda regarding Jared. Okay. It is 10:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I've been on for over 2 hours, and I do need to eat something. It's getting late here on the East Coast of the United States, so I'm not going to be on too much longer. Just so everybody realizes, I've been on for a long time. This was sort of done impromptu. Please do watch the video, the intro video for the channel to find out a little bit more about my background. The reason I'm doing this is because it's actually sort of therapeutic to me. It's nice to know the spirits and angels have these messages for people, and they do resonate, and they mean something. Maybe not to me, but they mean something to you. it makes me feel a little bit better. I am having some of my own struggles. So I do consult the spirits and angels, which always give me a positive message. They keep telling me to be positive and good things are going to happen. Maybe I'll do a reading for myself, but I'm looking for full-time work in my career. I'm doing some part-time work, which is not paying enough. And so I'm in a, as they say, a deep, dark place right now. So some of this type of stuff is actually helping me, and it's giving me a laugh sometimes when the angels, the universe, are kind of blunt and silly with their messages. You know, they make me laugh. So that's why I do this. If you want to contribute, make a donation to the channel, just look underneath in the description. There is the PayPal link, and I would be eternally grateful for any donations to the channel. They are appreciated. You know, I can do some pretty cool stuff with the channel that I've put on here. The audio quality should be very good because I've got a nice audio setup for it. I can also put my beautiful pictures that I've taken of nature in the video. I can do some nice transitions. So let me just show you real quick a picture that I took of the sky the other day and just show you how I can do this live here. Isn't that a pretty picture? Okay. So I did put some time and effort into this channel, and I really wouldn't want to tear it down because I can use it for other stuff too. But if you want to make a contribution, a donation to the channel, it would be eternally I would be eternally grateful, and I will definitely say a prayer for anyone who makes a contribution for eternal happiness and joy and happiness, love, that kind of stuff, which I do anyway, but I'll just go ahead and say it. And hello to the new people that have just joined the channel. But again, I've been on for over 2 hours, and my voice is starting to go. I'm starting to get crackly, and but I'll try to get a few more of you in. If I don't get everyone in because my voice is starting to get dry, I will try to do some more of these live readings in the future. But anyway, so I did Pink Drop. I did Sharmila. I did, let's see. Unapologetic Mel. Are you still in the chat room? Do you have a question? Because I don't see anything there. Robo wants to know if there is anyone coming to me in love. Robo wants a love reading. So let's see what the spirits and angels. If Robo, are you still in the chat room? Okay, it looks like you are. Spirits, angels, what message do you have for Robo regarding love and romance? Is Cupid out there for Robo? Come on, spirits, angels, universe. What angelic message from the angel cards do you have for Robo regarding love and romance? Okay. These cards are acting kind of weird again. Give me just a moment. I'm going to shuffle again. And let's see what we've got. Okay, as you hear me shuffling the cards like crazy here. Okay, well, what you got here is... This is interesting. You got the Vanessa card. Not really a, love card, but to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, which way takes me away from it. So that's something to keep in mind if you've got your eye on someone. Doesn't really answer your question, though. Love and romance for Robo. Although, it does. If you think you're falling in love or you think you like somebody, you have to ask yourself, is this person going to bring you closer to your divine life purpose? Or is it going to take you away? And you have to make that decision. And that's just good advice for anybody. Like if you're going to get into a relationship, are they going to try to make you do something you don't want to do or go in a direction you don't want to go because it's good for them? So this is telling you, you got to think about yourself. I'm going to pull a I'm going to pull a Major Arcana Tarot card. Is there any advice or message for Robo about love and romance? Is it coming for Robo? What is going on? Is there love and romance on the way? Is there a twin flame soulmate, whatever you want to call him, significant other, or just really good friend with benefits or something like that coming in the way of Robo? What message do you, okay, what card's flipping out here? Well, this is I guess, Robo, that the final outcome is going to be good because the card that fell out and landed in my lap was the Lovers. So you don't get any more romantic than getting the Lovers card, right? And you're watched over by angels, and the angels are going to help you. You got to ask your question, is that person going to take you closer to your divine life purpose or not? You have to make that choice, but love is coming your way. There's going to be unity, togetherness, partnership with someone else. So, there you go. You got the Lovers card. So, love and romance is coming your way. Now, when is that going to be? I don't know. As I constantly get reminded, it's all divine timing. It's the angels and spirits are not on the same time clock as we are. And they can tell us things are coming, and we can hope that it's going to be next week or next month, and then it doesn't happen for a year, but it does happen. So divine timing always comes in. It's when, not necessarily when they want it to happen, but it's when it's supposed to happen. That's what, that's what I'm constantly reminded of. It happens when it's supposed to happen. And of course, you got this card here about divine life purpose. You have to make a decision. So it may be a case where you're going to have to decide, like, is somebody going to come in? Are you going to start dating? Something's going to start up, and then you have to ask yourself, is that person bringing you closer or farther away from your divine purpose? And if they're going in the right direction and helping you, then you got the Lovers card. Ta-da! Ultimate love. That's what I got. And, oh, you just called me dude. Look at that. So, fist pump to you, Robo. Good luck in finding love. But, they're saying it's coming. So, it will happen. But it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Immediately what I'm getting with that card, too, is, it's going to happen when it happens. And it may be surprising. Like, it's going to be like, you're going to be like, wow. Because the Lovers card is like the ultimate. It's unity. It's twin flame, soulmate type stuff. So, when it happens, it's going to be good. And you're going to know it. So, there you go, Robo. Fist pump again to you. Okay. Let's see. Who else was in the chat room? Let's see. Huda Adams. Message was retracted, so I don't see anything there. Oh, Carissa Bell. I see your message in there. Will you and Tyrone get back together? How does he feel about me? So, for I hope I pronounced it right. Charissa, I guess. Charissa in the room. Angels and spirits. What's the deal with Charissa or Charissa or Carissa in the chat room and Tyrone? I hope she's still in the chat room. Spirits and angels, Charissa or Carissa, or Charissa. What's the deal with her and Tyrone? Spirits and angels, please come forward. What message do you have for Charissa, and Tyrone? Come forward. Okay. These cards are acting so weird right now. Let me just do a quick reshuffle. You know what I'm getting? I'm actually getting there's like a mixed... it's not you people in the chat room. There is like a... there's so much energy here. Like there's so many messages that are trying to come through. And also, you know, I'm getting tired. I've been doing this for 2 hours and 38 minutes. So I'm getting like mixed messages. And I think what's happening is I need to end this fairly soon, only because I think the messages are going to be not clear enough. But let me see. Carissa, Sharissa, and Tyrone, spirits and angels, please come forward. What message do you have for them? Okay. You got the Seraphina card, so this could be you. It's pink, so it's kind of a love card, I think. It's the Angel of Families, which is quite appropriate. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So are you hoping that you and Tyrone are going to get hitched, as they say? Are you hoping for a proposal, or has one been made? Are you hoping for marriage? This could also mean maybe you two are going to a wedding, or you're going to a wedding, or a change is just going to happen in the family. It could be a birth, or somebody else getting married, something like that, or just some type of change. But this could be for you. So that's... I'm not picking up anything more. Is there another message for Sharissa, about her and Tyrone? A clarification on the Seraphina card. What other message do the angels have for Sharissa, and Tyrone? Or Carissa? What other message? Okay, the cards just went like totally wonky on me. Here we go. Oh, wait, what? Okay. You got Grace and Antoinette. Has there been some friction with Tyrone? Is there like an issue? Because this card is to help heal the situation. So there's some situation issue. You need to see the other person's point of view with compassion. So this is to you about Tyrone. You need to see his point of view with compassion. If there's been like an argument or a disagreement, I'm not even think this is really earth-shattering, but you know, in relationships, sometimes people just, they get at each other and they know how to push each other's buttons, and there's still like goodness there, but they just know how to like make each other, I'll just come out and say it, pissed off sometimes, and it leads to like an argument or a disagreement that, you know, you look back at it later and you're just like, you know, that was so stupid. Why did we even argue about that? You know, it's like we both got upset over nothing. You know, that kind of stuff. Or somebody else from the outside, like a friend, will say like, why are you guys even like worried about that? Why are you even arguing? Or why are you even like not talking to each other over that? You know, it's something stupid. So to help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. And that's what I'm picking up here. I think, you know, everything is going to be fine. And I think it's actually all going to turn out really, really well. I think there may be marriage involved, or at least an upgrade in the relationship. But I think, you know, the petty, silly things where you get into an argument over something really stupid, kind of like you go to the movie theater and you buy some popcorn and you argue over putting too much butter on the popcorn. Like, why the F did you put so much butter on the popcorn? And then the other person's like, well, you like butter. Yeah, but you put too much on there. And it's like, Oh, come on. It's like you see people arguing like that, and you just want to say, like, you're actually arguing over putting butter on popcorn, and you're both getting PO'd at each other, and you're talking about leaving the theater because the popcorn's not perfect anymore. When you should just be going into the theater, sitting your butts down, watching the movie, and just enjoy it. You know, that's what you went there for. You don't need to make a big deal out of butter on the popcorn. You know, it's something stupid like that. That's what I'm getting here. That's what the angels are basically saying. Because I think everything is fine, and you just need to be more compassionate to each other. And I think this is a case where maybe you got cross or stressed or PO'd about something, and you just need to see the other person's point of view with compassion and just say, you know, it really wasn't worth it. It's like you can look back and say, I got angry over that. That was so stupid, you know? That's the vibe I'm getting from the angels. And I see it all the time. You know, people who are in relationships or even married, you know, it's the kind of case like where, you know, there's a couple that's been married for 50 years, and you watch them they go out for dinner, and it's like their anniversary or something, and they wind up fighting at the table. And, you know, people around them are saying things like, yep, they must have been married a really long time. You know, it's just like, you're fighting like you're married. Or, you know, people that are just seeing each other, they're just dating, and they get into a silly argument, and then somebody else says, you guys argue like you're married, you know? You know, something like that. So what is the outcome with Carissa or Sharissa and Tyrone? I'm going to pull a major arcana card here. What is the outcome for these two? Okay, you got the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, you know, it has a meaning. But immediately I'm getting, you need to be more temperate of each other. Like, watch your temper with each other. The word temper is in there. The Temperance card itself is talking about balance and harmony, being patient, self-control, and moderation. I mean, that's the key points of that particular card. So you need to be temperate. You need to have some self-control. Maybe he does too. Maybe Tyrone does too. But you need to find some balance and be in harmony with each other. And that's going to lead to this good thing in the future. I think it's going to lead to marriage, or at least an upgrade in the relationship, proposal or something like that. So, I mean, this card popping out, perfect. It just reiterates what I just said. So, there you go. I hope however you pronounce your name, Carissa, Sharissa, you and Tyrone, that's what you need to keep in mind. All right? And I'm looking over at the chat room, and you're saying it it makes sense to you. Okay. So there you go. All right, spirits and angels. So I'm going on 2 hours and 36 minutes of this reading. I am not going on forever. So I will be wrapping this up soon. Again, this is the Cosmic Readings and Messages channel. So you can always go back and look at your messages for your sign for September. They're already posted. Know that I don't really get into astrology, so signs really mean nothing to me other than they are used for categorization. So I don't care if you're a Libra or a Sagittarius or Taurus or Scorpio or whatever. I'm just asking the spirits and angels for a message for you. The astrology has no impact on what the universe relays to me and what messages come through. So that's other channels. They do the astrology. I'm doing intuitive tarot and card readings with the angel deck, the angel messages. So that's how I operate. Again, go back, watch the intro video to the channel, or go to any of the regular monthly type readings, because I put a little intro on all of them, and they sort of explain my reasoning. But again, I've been doing this for almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 37 minutes, so I am going to wrap this up sooner. I know some of you just joined the channel and you're just asking questions, but I am going to wrap this up because I'm also getting a lot of clutter in the universe. Like I'm getting mixed messages and the clarity is not as clear as it was earlier because I need to take a break because the energy is so strong with me sometimes. And I've gotten some confusion in one of the messages with somebody, which was on purpose. The actual confusion was on purpose, but it was like the universe was throwing a boomerang at me, and I was trying to focus on something that they didn't want me to focus on because they didn't want to focus on anything with the particular person in an earlier read. And then there was so many other questions showing up in the chat room. The spirits and angels want to get the messages out, but I can only do so much. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to have to sign off soon, and I'm not going to get to everybody, but I may do another reading set tomorrow. But here it's almost 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and I do need to drink some water. My voice is starting to crack. So just keep that in mind. So if I don't get to you in the next few minutes, it's not you, and I'm not doing it on purpose. It's simply because I have to. Things are getting a little cloudy here as far as the energy because there's so much stuff coming in. So that said, I did Charissa or Carissa Bell. Let me just go back. I have to scroll back up because I want to get back to people who are already here. And I see Mara Marley. Are you still in the chat? Is there a question from you? I don't see one. Of course, the chat keeps scrolling because I... Okay. You're asking, why did he ghost me? Now, it's kind of funny because years ago, if you said that, you would say, oh, you're seeing a ghost? Or did somebody die? Or, why did somebody die on you? But I get it. Not returning messages. That kind of stuff. Okay, so why did Mike semi-ghost me? What's kind of funny? A couple of weeks ago, I saw the movie Spider-Man, and the new one, Far From Home, which was a really good movie. And I also saw the extended version, which was really good. If you haven't seen it yet, if you like the movie, the extra scenes that they added in there all through the movie is kind of fun. It's like, yeah, you don't ghost Nick Fury. And I'm just getting, immediately I thought of that because... Maramalee, I think you're thinking about Mike, and like, you don't ghost me, you don't ghost Mike, I mean, why did Mike shouldn't ghost me, so let's see what the spirits and angels have to say to Maramalee about being ghosted. What's the deal with Maramalee and Maramalee with her and Maramalee and Mike? What do the angels and spirits have to say about this situation? Okay, spirits and angels, please come forward. Universe, please give your energy in these cards to give it the message that Maramalee needs to know. Okay. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Now this, remember, the spirits and angels come through with, I say the absolute truth, and maybe this is why there's some ghosting going on. You got the Chantal card. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. So, you know the situation better than all of us because it's you, between you and Mike. But Chantal says new romance is imminent. It could be a newcomer or reignited passion. So if it's the reignited passion, there's nothing to worry about. Maybe that's going to be the happy surprise. You're not being ghosted. But maybe you're being ghosted because eventually there's going to be something new. something else is going on. So, you would know the situation better. I'm going to pull one more angel card. And of course, the angels are not giving a direct answer with this. It could be one way or the other. So, reignited passion's good too. Maybe suddenly maybe you weren't being ghosted. Maybe there's a perfectly good reason, and everything's going to be fine. And it's going to be like, woohoo, here we go again. Okay, here's the card that just flipped. I don't know if you heard that on the microphone. It just flipped. You got the Omega card. So you're asking about you and Mike. Victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So whatever your desire is, that's what's going to happen. I'm getting here. You need to think about this situation, though. You're talking about somebody ghosting you. So maybe in your heart you know why. And maybe this card makes more sense to you. Maybe there is something questionable going on. If not, maybe you're making something out of nothing. And your desire is for Mike to be in the picture. And it's going to be the reignited passion. Maybe not for him. Maybe it'll be for you because you're thinking, oh, something bad's going on or something questionable. But really it's not. And once everything is explained, or you just find that there's a perfectly good explanation, it's going to be like reignited passion. You're going to be like, oh, thank goodness, everything is great again. And victory is yours. I mean, this is the victory card. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So I'm thinking you know more about the situation than all of us because it's you. And I'm looking over at the chat room. The angels like to keep you on your toes. Yes. They give us some of these messages for a specific reason. Sometimes I do readings for people and they don't give a direct answer in no way, shape, or form. Like they basically give like a totally bizarre answer. And there's a reason behind that. And I try to find clarification, and the clarification is also basically goes to something like you have to make a decision, or you need to be patient, or something like that. And it simply means, okay, they're not going to give you a direct answer. You already know the answer. You have to make a decision, or you just need to relax and chill out and let things happen the way they are. Back to, what I call divine timing. It's not on your time, it's when it's supposed to happen. So we tend to be very impatient in the world today. Speaking of the world, go back to yesterday's live reading. If anybody's interested, go back and watch parts of that video. I may put the timestamps in the descriptions because the one on Thursday and then also the one yesterday, I asked questions about what messages did the spirits and angels have for the United States of America as a country, as a nation? I also asked what message they had for the world. And I got some very intriguing messages as a result. I also asked about the Republican and Democrat parties of the United States as far as the parties themselves. Not any of the candidates or the politics involved themselves, just the parties. Which I sometimes ask for the angels because I get this strong connection with the other side and the spirits, angels, and the universe, and I ask these big, bold questions, and I get some very interesting answers back. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, because I do ask these questions sometimes, and I do get answers, go back to yesterday's live reading. Go back and play that back. Maybe later on tonight, because I have to get a drink of water soon. I do have to sign off. But go back and watch those if you're interested in like big, bold type questions for the universe to answer, which were basically open-ended. I just wanted to know what message they had, and it was very interesting what came through. So that's something to check out. Plus, also check out the regular monthly stuff that I post. I may do something for the middle of September. Let me see. And I am going to be wrapping this up because I'm going on almost 3 hours, and I do have to wrap this up. Again, I'm getting some mixed energy here. I'm gonna see if I can get one more in. Um, Let me just go back here. So Maramali took you care of. I did get Carissa, Sharisa, Leo, Akeem, or any message from God or angels. So just general, and that's a nice one. And Leo's going to be the last one. So Leo, are you still in the chat room? Are you still there? Leo, Akeem. No, it takes a few moments for it to go from live to actually being streamed. Um, so I'm going to give Leo just a moment here to see if Leo is still in the chat room, and I can do a quick reading for Leo. But I do need to wrap this up because this is going on longer than I had planned, and it is just about 11 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Okay, so I don't see Leo posting a message that he's still there. So let me just go back. Crystal Visions. Let me just see here. Let me just go back and make sure. Hello, Mia D. Let me just see who's still here. Crystal Visions. You're asking about Matthew. Okay, so I talked about this earlier. I guess you weren't in the... chat room when I talked about... I don't really do astrology type stuff. I don't like doing readings for someone else. You're asking about how does Matthew feel? So you're asking the spirits and angels to give you an answer of how someone else is, and sometimes that energy gets crisscrossed, and they are going to give a message that's to you, and maybe not about Matthew. I had this happen earlier, and it turned out, there was like a boomerang effect. I got a very mixed, questionable message, but it made sense to the person because they were asking about somebody else. So what I'm going to ask the angels and spirits is, what's the deal between Crystal Visions and Matthew? What is there any future for Crystal Visions and Matthew? What does the future hold for Crystal Vision and Matthew? Spirits and angels, can you tell me a little bit about Crystal Visions and Matthew? Is there a future there? Okay, so the spirits and angels always know what's going on. And this is an interesting card. Because I did see, Crystal, you did say you were separated. You got the Isaiah card. And I think the spirits are just coming right through forward and answering the question because they say it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So I think the message here is good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I think that just says it all. It really does. You're separated. There's a reason for that. And, some things just don't work out. They're not meant to be. And you heard what my question was. What is the future? What's the deal with Crystal Visions and Matthew? What message? And this is the message for you because you're in the chat room. Give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. You need a new situation. And the picture, yes, it looks like pregnancy. You're going to give birth to something new and the angels are watching over you. But this also means, there's a woman here and there's this male angelic feature wrapping his arms around the woman. The angels are there to comfort you. But this could also be taken as There's going to be another Matthew. There's going to be someone else that's going to come and hold you and comfort you. So that's the message I'm getting there. And I'm not going to ask any further because I think the Spirits and Angels universe has come through with a clear message there. And I don't want to get it confused with anything else because they're basically telling you what to do. So there you go. Since that one was kind of short, I'll try to squeeze in one more. Let's see. Who else is in the chat room? Mia D. Is Leo still in the chat room? Because you're asking for any messages from God or angels, but I don't know if you're still in the chat room. Does Mia have a question? I'll squeeze in one more. I'll just give one more message. Spirits and angels, come forward for me while I'm waiting to see if... oh, there's Leo. Spirits and angels, can you give me a message for myself before I sign off tonight? Since I'm doing everybody else's readings, what message do you have for me? You know my current situation, looking for work, working a part-time job that's not paying enough, consulting the angels and spirits to find out if things are going to get better, and hoping and praying and all that kind of stuff. You bring a smile to my face because you're so good about giving us good messages and making things clear. So what angelic message do you have for me right now? And this is the card that popped for me. And I got the Sonia card for myself. Which does mean I am going to be wrapping this up fairly soon because this card is purple. And this does mean a lot to me. The Sonia card says, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. A little over a year ago, March last year, so over a year ago, a good friend of mine, a colleague, someone who was actually my boss, I know this sounds kind of funny, but was also a very close friend, colleague and friend, who wound up, she got fired. And then wound up working with me at another place. Very nice lady. She suddenly passed away. She got an infection and passed away within 2 days. And everyone called her the Purple Lady. And look at this card, it's purple. She loved the color purple. And she comes to me in my dreams. We were close. Some people actually thought we were an item, like we were seeing each other. We almost were, but it was a very, very close friendship, and it was very good, and it went on for several years, and because we both were passionate in our work, and we worked together in 2 different places. Like I said, she was my boss. And she hired me. It was kind of funny. Very similar in age, like 1 year apart. But she hired me because she knew my talents. And we worked together for a couple of years at that place. And then she got fired. They eliminated her position, which was a high position. And I'd start working somewhere else. And she wound up working part-time in the place that I was working part-time. I was working full-time. She started working part-time. And, we had been in touch all between those 2 points. And because our careers were aligned, we were in the same field. And she was taking care of her elderly father who has dementia. And she got a little bit sick and got an infection, which she was being treated for, but it turned out to be a lot worse. And it was very tragic. She passed away at a very young age, suddenly, like within 2 days of getting this infection. She thought she was getting better, and everyone just lost contact with her all of a sudden. And a friend went over because the father had called 911 because she had passed away suddenly. And it was very tragic. and her favorite color was purple. And this card coming through for me right now is very, very comforting, because I know she's in a better place, and a lot of her suffering is over. And like I said, she has come to me in dreams. She is around. She's definitely an angel, and that card coming through is very, very important to me. So that's very, very nice. Let me just pull one more card for myself, because I want to see if the angels and spirits have any other message for me right now. Okay, so I got the Rochelle card for myself, which is, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Well, I certainly can use some prosperity. So something good is going to be coming to me. I am following my heart, and I'm looking for work in my field. But right now I'm in a really dark place. So this is another positive card that's telling me that something good is coming. So let me just go back to the chat room, because I'm coming up on 3 hours of this reading. I am going to wrap things up. If you just joined the channel, I'm not going to be answering any more questions for the newcomers. But Leo, I did see, is in the chat room. And Leo wanted a message from God or the angels. So that's going to be my last read for the night. Spirits, angels, please come forward for Leo, Akeem in the chat room. What message do you have for Leo? Please come forward. In general, what message do you have? Spirits, angels, universe. Okay. Good card. I'm glad we're ending off with something good. You have the Xana card. And it's the ultimate protection card. It's kind of like the my Archangel Michael card, who's my archangel that watches over me. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So that's just an overall nice card to have to wrap things up. The Xana card. So Leo, if there's been anything that's been troubling you, or any issues recently that were causing you any type of stress or anxiety, Xana's saying you are protected from all types of harm. Everything's going to be fine. The worst is now behind you. I asked you to relax and feel safe. And that could be for anything. It could be family, could be work, anything that's been stressing or whatever. That's all behind you. And there is nothing more. And I'll pull one more major arcana card to see if there's any other message for Leo. And look at this. The card that flipped. You talk about a nice way to end off tonight, because we're coming up. This is now 3 hours I've been doing this, so I am wrapping it up. You got the protection card, and out of the major arcana, you got the sun. The sun will shine on you, Leo. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The sun card, it doesn't get any better than that. So you're protected. The worst is now behind you. And then you get the sun, which is material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. So if you're not already there, Leo, everything is going to be fine. I just looked in the chat room. You're saying, thank you, family issues. So that's the past. It's behind you. Everything is going to be fine, and you've got the sun. Everything is going to work out. That's just a beautiful card. The sun will shine on you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end off, because I really do not have any more time. 3 hours, free readings. I don't think anyone else will do free readings like this for 3 hours. And depending on what happens in my life, it may be the last time I do this. I hope not. But we'll see what happens. But if you want to make a contribution, a donation, just go to the description below. And there is the PayPal link if you want to make a donation to the channel. And I would be very appreciative of anything. And anyone who makes a donation to the channel, I will say a prayer for you, for happiness, eternal happiness, joy, peace, and love. And I will also ask the spirits and angels to always watch over you. But I will end off with this. What message from the spirits and angels what message do the spirits and angels have for everyone who's currently in the chat room, everyone who's still in the chat room listening and watching, and will watch this on the repeat, which is going to be 3 hours long? What message do we have for everyone who's watching right now and also will watch the reruns in the future? What message do you have for everyone who's watching? Okay, here's the card that popped. Everyone's got the Francesca card, and it's a good way to end off. What do you desire right now? Visualize it, and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. What a good message for everyone. What do you want? Visualize it, and it will come about. What do you desire? Think about it. Visualize it. The spirits and angels will help you make it happen, and you will help make it happen. And negativity will block your progress. Always the case. Negativity will block you. Be positive. Say good things. Be nice to people. And it comes back. Karma. That whole idea. What you spew out into the universe comes back to you. So don't be negative. Be positive. Think about what you want, what your desires are. If they're good and noble, visualize them. They will come about. These things will happen. Good message for me, too. So there you go. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I do appreciate everyone tuning in. I do appreciate the questions. I'm glad the spirits and angels came through for everybody. Even where we had a few little snags where it didn't make sense, it wound up it did make sense, because not making sense was actually part of the message. And not being clear was actually part of the message. That was the universe doing its thing. So there you go. Please feel free to go back, like, subscribe, hit bells, all that silly stuff that you can do on YouTube. Link, all that kind of stuff. And go back and watch your September readings under your sign. Again, I don't do astrology, but I use the signs for categorization. The spirits, angels, the universe, as far as I'm concerned, already know what your sign is, which video you're going to watch. So that's the message that's supposed to be for you, unless you're just watching them all just for fun and seeing what I'm saying. But 3 hours, 5 minutes, long set of readings. But thank you again for watching. I'll do this again. Once again, link, subscribe, click on bells, do whatever, and you'll get notified if I'm going to be doing any more of these readings in the future. And I guess you'll also be notified when I post recorded readings for everyone under the signs and stuff like that. So with that, have a good night. I wish everyone love, light, peace, joy, happiness. Know that the angels and the universe are always watching over you. You are part of the universe. You are part of the energy of this universe. We all are. The spirits and angels, I consider God to be the universe itself. We are all part of it. And the messages that come through are because they're trying to reach out to us. They want us to have happy lives. They want us to make the best of the time that we are on this side of the dimensions. And they don't want us to be in pain or suffering or in sorrow. They want us to be happy while we're here. And then we can enjoy the happiness when our time comes and our energy becomes once again one with the universe in another way. So I wish everyone all that happiness, and hopefully everyone can enjoy the rest of their time here. And hello, Tarot TV with T. I don't know how long you've been watching, but yes, you're late. 3 hours long, and I'm signing off. It's been a long set of reads. And in just a little while, I guess YouTube will have the rerun. And there you go. Go back and, once again, go check out yesterday's and Thursday's readings. At some point in there, I asked the question about the United States of America. I asked for a message from the universe and the angels for the entire nation and also for the world. And I also asked on Saturday Friday, for the message for the Democrat Party and the Republican parties. Not the candidates. I was just asking what message they had for the parties because we have a lot of political division in the United States. So I just wanted to see what message would come through for the parties themselves, the collection of people in the parties themselves. And very interesting messages came through. So check those out if you're interested in like big, broad, worldly, national type readings, because I do ask the angels these things because I'm so connected. Sometimes, I ask these bold questions to see what they have to say, and they did give us a reading. So it is 11:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I am signing off. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, good night, whatever time it is where you are.